Hi, Professor Silverthorne in high class. Today I'm going to be discussing with you all why DNA tests should be mandatory at birth. A DNA test is a blood genetics test that is done between a potential father and a child, and it ends with paper results that will either show a 0% or a 99.99% of paternity. A 0% means the father is not the father, and a 99% means he is the father. People get DNA tests for many different reasons. Most of the time it's for legal reasons, which may be a custody battle or child support cases. Other reasons include rights to inheritance. In case the parent is deceased, then the child has rights to whatever he is supposed to inherit. Other reasons include just wanting confirmation, whether it be for the father, a sibling, a grandparent, or any other relative. According to the American Bar Association website, some states will allow a man to pursue a paternity case if the woman is married, and in most states you can't do that because if she's married, then by law her husband is the father, which is kind of difficult if a man believes he is the father. DNA tests not being required at birth can lead to emotional turmoil for families. Like if you've ever seen the show Paternity Court, and they have children that are 22, 25, 30, and sometimes even 50 something, and they're still trying to figure out who their father is. It will save us from having many cases like that. What we can do is to educate men on their rights to the child, because most men are unaware that they even have rights to the child. And according to the NOLA LLP website, until paternity is established, a father has 0 rights to a child, which means he cannot come pick up the child, he cannot bond with the child, he cannot do anything. I mean, of course, if the mother allows it, but by law, he has no legal rights to that child until paternity is pursued. And in some instances, you have cases where men are paying child support for children who aren't theirs. And how that usually happens is if you are called to court to submit a DNA test and you fail to show up, you will become the father by default. Therefore, you will be required to pay child support. But once you do get a DNA test, some states and some instances may allow you to get your name removed as the father. In some cases you don't, which is why some men end up paying child support for years and years and years, and they are not the father. You can't, the government does have the power to require a DNA test at birth. Like when men sign the birth certificate, they're signing acknowledgement of paternity. So I feel like the government can require these tests at birth. And in my personal experience, that would be great because it would have saved me a lot of emotional turmoil throughout the years. I'm 21 and still have no clue who my father is, which had I had a DNA test at birth, I would know by now, or at least have a name. DNA tests should be required to limit that emotional baggage because it does end up destroying families. It breaks bonds and things like that, and we do not want that. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Thanks for listening.